Hey howdy, hey partners, it's Today I Grew Up, and today I'm super excited because I got Medicom Ultimate Buzz Lightyear. Let's get into it.
Reach for the sky!
You're watching Today I Grew Up.
To infinity and beyond!
The Medicom Buzz box is way too big. I don't know why they oversized it, but it's just exaggerated, the size. And it's not even a bigger figure than Medicom Woody. And look at how small Medicom Woody box looks next to the new Medicom Ultimate Buzz Lightyear box. It's just too big. And here's the Thinkway Toys Cloud Pattern 2009 Buzz Lightyear, so you can see how massive this box scales over the other. So I don't know why they did this. I don't know why they really wanted to do a bigger box, but look at that comparison. No wonder shipping was very expensive for this Medicom Buzz box, because it's just too big in my opinion. And although it's not like a movie accurate box, it's pretty cool. And for another size comparison, on top here is my movie accurate Buzz Lightyear box, movie scale. And you can just see that it looks very small in comparison to the Medicom Buzz Lightyear box. Now you have an idea of how huge this box is. Let me turn this around so you can kind of see the side profile here. It's really funny to have like a print of the wings, even though, you know, they don't pop out or anything. It's still pretty cool that they added that. The back is pretty plain and basic. You have the Disney Pixar Toy Story logo. It is officially licensed product from Japan, so that is very cool. We also have the repeating wings right here, detail. And that's basically it for the box. I just love the colors. The top part of it is just kind of like repeating pattern of the box. Here we have the rocket boosters, really nice. It's not exactly movie accurate, but I do like that they included that detail because they didn't have to. It's the bottom of the box. But like all Medicom boxes, this one is actually closed and held open with a magnetic flap on the side. All right, this is gonna take the whole space up of my table here. It's so big. So we're gonna open it up here, and you can see the artwork is just really excessive. So nice, it's very high quality. This feels like a very thick cardboard, very high quality print. You have the logo there for Toy Story. You have Buzz's different expressions on his face that you can swap out. You have the wrist communicator that opens up, which is good. We have more details of the hands, things we can swap out there. You got the jetpack and the wings folded in. I think we can fold them out. We'll test that out soon. Here we have the hand swap. I love the flight mode of Buzz. I think that looks most accurate to the movie, like he jumps straight out of the movie. So that one is really nice. And of course we have this Buzz. This expression definitely is not toy mode, but I think it was trying to be toy mode, but it's definitely not. And it looks pretty good. The promotional images look really nice to me, and I really like it. And they could have saved on materials by not doing such a huge box. Since I pre-ordered this in September of 2023, it's been a long time coming. Magnetic flap. Let's take out the foam insert, see what we got here. Here we go. We have Buzz Lightyear right there with all his amazing accessories. We're going to pull this all out, take a closer look at it. We also have an awesome Buzz Lightyear stand in white. Woody's was black, so it's kind of cool to do the white alternate contrast. Very nice. An instruction manual. Everything is very straightforward. Because he does not have any working electronics, it's just everything's manual. So with the wings, you have to pop it out yourself with the face swaps, but I'm glad they included this so you have it. I am so excited that I have Medicom Buzz Lightyear before me, finally in hand. I can actually touch it, it's real. I'm just very excited about it. This is so cool, and this is a dream come true to have in my collection. I'm happy to say Medicom lied. They said this was gonna be like 11-inch scale. Actually, it's movie accurate scale. For some reason in the description it said it was like 11 inches tall. This thing is 12 inches tall, so don't let that deceive you. I saw some comments online. Somebody was like, if only if it was right movie accurate scale, I would totally buy this. Well, it actually is. There is some underscaling to that, which we'll get into that later, for what parts of him seem a little small, but he is movie accurate height. And what's really cool about this Buzz already, you can tell, is that his arms are lowered to the side of his body, which is super nice. The only weird thing about that though, and he does have like these ratchet joints. It's pretty loud when you articulate him. He's got that feature where you can pull out his arms to do some really crazy posing. The only thing, it just looks really weird from the back and the side, because they did that so that you can reach any of his buttons over here from this side. But in order to do that, you kind of have Buzz looking a little goofy here from the back and the sides, just to keep that in mind. You can do these dynamic posing, but those joints are kind of weird when it comes out like that, all crazy. But it kind of proves how unrealistic Toy Story is, because in real life, that would have to happen, because how else would Buzz be able to reach so far across his chest that way? if he wasn't able to, you know, have these extenders. Makes sense for a real life Buzz Lightyear toy in our real world, because physically it'd be impossible without that for him to really reach far across his body like he's doing here. Luckily though for us is that you can just kind of pop it back in, so you don't have to worry about it looking weird all the time, unless you're, you know, it's better for photography or if you're doing stop motion or live actions. But when you're just doing normal, like his arms to his sides, it looks really good, and I really love that a lot. I think it's super cool, and I just really love this Buzz. He's super fun to just articulate and play with, basically, and also just for if you're an adult toy collector, to put him on display. It's really awesome. My friend Jordy from Toy Story NL, he actually said, it looks kind of like the Buzz Lightyear from Disneyland, that costume guy. And I thought, yeah, you're right. That face sculpt kind of does look like that. It doesn't really look so much toy mode like we're used to from Toy Story. If you look at the movie still, it's far from being perfect. But, you know, also compared to Preston's head here, which is based on Toy Story 1 Buzz, you can see the toy mode expression just isn't really there. This is the glossy finish. I'm going to get a V2 soon. But you can just see, I think it's a little pale for sure. But they did get rosy cheeks, so that's nice. The chin hair is a little bright red. Other than that, it's really easy to do the expressions on this Buzz. You just have to pull the face off in that manner. And back here, you're going to notice there's these little places where you can take your fingers and manipulate the pupils and the eyeballs. As I move those, you can control the eyes, which is pretty funny. So if you kind of wanted to do like that toy mode with the cocked-eyed expression, you just got to do it kind of like that. So he's looking far off on the other eye. And there you go, it's more of a toy mode. It is fun that you have those options with each of these face sculpts. Let's see what another face looks like here. This one is Buzz with a closed mouth smile type look, and you can always adjust the eyes here from the front too if you wanted to. It also still works that way. That one looks okay. It's pretty fun, and it's cool. I mean, if I was doing stop motion photography or live action, that is a really fun option to change the expressions. And especially because it's so easy to do, it's very nice. And then you can see this one, Buzz looks a little bit more angry or disgruntled. It's like, hey, stop that, guys. Pretty cool. That one's another fun expression. And here is the last expression we get, which is Buzz with this. It almost looks like Mrs. Nesbit in a way. I don't know, just because of the puckering lips. Kind of looks like he's going to be sucking down on Darjeeling. I think you've had enough tea for today, Buzz. I think that's a fun one too. This just makes me laugh, honestly. It's super funny. Now, one thing about his head too is that he kind of has like this ball joint. You can see right there underneath his head. It's kind of like sitting on a ball joint. So he has some range of motion. He can go side to side. Very interestingly enough, he can look up, but if you go too far up, you'll see that joint. So kind of like that. And it's pretty good. I would say it's pretty dynamic. He does have full 360 articulation, so you can rotate the head 360 and have fun posing him. He's just really cool. He can look down about that far, so he can't really look down too far. And this is what it looks like looking far up for that range right there. Overall, pretty good looking figure there. That's a pretty fun gimmick. Instead of just a head swivel, they actually went all out with that, so that's good. I'm glad that they did that because, you know, you're paying with shipping about $650 for this, so it is very expensive. It's got to do something cool, right? So here on the back there is a actual tab for the helmet, which is very movie accurate, and I do appreciate that little detail. You pull up on that very carefully, do not break yours, and it has like a little tabs that slip in there. So these slots are for removing and putting in the different helmets for Buzz. So although Buzz is not fully retractable, there's no working whoosh feature or anything like that, at least you have the option. It looks like his helmet's open. You can also have this look where there's just nothing there if that's what you prefer. This one is the half closed Buzz helmet, which is looking pretty good. We're going to put it down like that. That's it. It's very easy to do, and it looks like Buzz's helmet is opened halfway, which I think if you did stop motion with it, you can do it like in stages and make it look like it's fully retracting. I think you could achieve that effect with this. So that's cool. And then we have the fully closed helmet. Let's get these tabs lined up in the slots correctly. Line it up, push down, and there you go. And now it looks like Buzz has fully closed his helmet. and it actually looks really good on him. I like that the helmet is very clear. It's not foggy or smudged or anything. Very, very awesome. And it almost looks toy mode to me. Almost. So it's very close. I most likely will do a head swap in the future. But it looks good with closed or open helmet. And it's really easy. You just pull it on and off, and you don't have to really do anything else. So that is actually very cool, and it's secure because those little tabs are pretty long in there. You don't have fear of like it falling off of his body. So that is a big pro there. Does Buzz have movie accurate green on his body? Yes and no. I think tones of it in certain lighting, it does look kind of like a movie accurate green color, but it's not true to the movie 100%. I think the green is lighter than what we got from Thinkway Toys, but it's still not quite there yet. I still appreciate the sticker details. We have the nice sticker applications. All that is still there. I showed you how the arms already worked. He does have that movement. Like I said, he's very loud when you're moving it. It's like a true ratchet joints. He does have swivel right here, actually, right here at the bicep cut right there. See? 360 right there. Wow. That is really, really cool, actually. He does move a lot. There you can see here how it kind of operates, that mechanism to bring that in more. So his arms are pretty crazy, I'm not going to lie. They can definitely do a lot. And here you can see how this operates. The ratchet also comes in as well. And he has the ball joint. We finally got a Buzz Lightyear with a ball joint. And I gotta say, these ball joints look incredible. They look way better than my custom. And you can do a lot with this. So you can rotate the wrist 360 while you're rotating that ball joint without affecting the ball joint area. So that is pretty neat. I don't know how fragile this is, so I got to be careful as I'm manipulating this, but you can do a lot with that. Let's open up the wrist communicator. There we have our movie accurate sticker. Looking pretty good. I like that. Gamma Sector 4. Looks great to me. I don't see any problems with that part of it. Doesn't really snap. There's no like made in Taiwan right there, so that's interesting. It looks good overall, and I think they did a great job on the arms. Like I said, it's very interesting, that feature to pull out those joints, but it works for him, and it's going to work for your posing and manipulating Buzz, so that is pretty cool. On the back he has the button for karate chop action. However, that does not work because he's not a toy, he's just a posable, movable action figure basically. So that's interesting. And we'll pull out the wings last. I just kind of wanted to inspect overall. The buttons do not push in. Unfortunately, we have to modify that. Nothing squishes in. It's just very hard. There's no give to the button. Non-functioning buttons, but it looks good. The laser, same thing. It's not a real button. And it looks like there's a little light bulb that blinks in there, but it does not. It's just a red acrylic cover. And I just wish it did light up. That's the one thing, because we're paying so much money for this Buzz, I just wish we had some light up features at least in the laser and the wingtips. Now his waist is awesome because it actually is a true rubber waist. It's squishy. You can see it squishes in there. He does articulate very far down, very far up. There's no clicking sounds when I do that. It does do side to side, forward and back, so that is pretty cool. And finally we get a Buzz that has like an accurate looking rubber waist. It actually is pretty extended there, and sometimes in the movie it looks like Buzz can't extend it that far, so I do like that. It looks really good, and I think they did an amazing job on the rubber waist part of him. I will mention that there's really movie accurate details all over this Buzz. You got that little screw hole there, the little fox screw that's like that in the movie. Here on his legs too, you also have that fake looking screw right there that was in the movie, so that's super cool. So not only does he have a ratchet joint here, he does have a ratchet on the foot as well. Looks good. That's what that looks like here on the bottom. And he does have a toe articulation. Wow, I didn't know that. So he has some toe articulation. So maybe if you do some like running or he's about to jump poses, that is something they didn't have to do, but I appreciate that. We've never seen that in a Buzz that I've seen. You have that little tip of the boot articulation there. That's actually really nice. We have Andy on the bottom, which is my favorite feature. I love having Andy's toys and movie props, like I took it from Andy himself, so that is probably one of my favorite things. It's cool that it has articulation also on this one. You can move that little top of the boot right there. Alright Buzz, can you do the splits? Let's see what you can do. He can't do the splits, but he does have some pretty good articulation there. You see they're like ball joints. So I don't want to pull it apart too far because I don't want to break mine, but it does look like his legs extend about this far, which is good because if you want to do running or dynamic jumping or whatever, you have that option. His legs go forward about that far. His legs go back about that far. So that's actually really good. So he can probably sit, do a sitting position. So that is nice. Very cool. And his legs go back together for flight mode or jumping mode about that far. So yeah, that's pretty great. He can do a lot with his legs also, which kind of reminds me of the Thinkway Toys Buzz, but he's definitely got all those features you would want for posing. I just wish he had all those features you would want for toy features, like Karate Chop, lighting up, and talking. Would have made this figure a lot better. My favorite thing about this Buzz is the closed fist, because you can put him in the classic I am Buzz Lightyear, position with his arms there going towards his rubber waist. That's kind of like how I like to display my Buzz usually. So that is pretty cool. So it's very nice to have that, and I'm probably gonna keep either that or something else, but I like that for now. These are easy to just pop off. Very simple. To swap them out, you just pick a hand. It's got a hole right there, line it up, just press down. It doesn't really click, but you can tell when you can see the ball joint, it hits the bottom. That's when you know it is there. And that looks really cool actually. The only bummer about these hands is that it's like kind of rubbery, so there's no articulation on them. Boo! You would think for like a $600 Buzz you would have that articulation. But at least the fingers are separated here. But it's kind of like a gummy material, gummy plastic. But I just wish they would articulate, especially because we've seen that on other Buzzes. It's unfortunate that they did not put like a metal in there or make these hard plastic to actually bend properly. You get what you get basically with this. The ball joint makes it worth it for me, because that's just really cool. I love this. It looks like Buzz is saying, "It wasn't me, guys," or "Let's go to Hawaii." It's Hawaii, Buzz. Anyways, looks cool from the back too. It's just so much fun to have these options, and I like that it's just easy. You can rotate it, you can pop it right off, change it right out. So that part to me makes it worth it, and everybody's gonna have the same Buzz, but not everyone's gonna pose it exactly the same way on their shelf, and that's the whole point. You make it your own. Here's Buzz with his pointing fingers look. He looks like he's saying, "Hey guys, we need to go through the roof and raise the roof, or we're gonna go through the roof to get out of here." So that one's fun too. And also you can, have him point at somebody and say, "Let's go that way," or "that way," or pointing at you. So that is cool. It does kind of look like he's saying peace, except it's not. So not really sure. I mean, it does look like you put something in his hand. So maybe it's more like a grabbing hand for something. If you want to put something in his hands, you can do that too. But pretty cool overall. I like it. As for me, I'm going to put the closed fists back on him. I have to say, Buzz looks like he can stand on his own. You don't really need the stand that he comes with, but obviously you don't want Buzz falling around and getting scratched. So if you're going to keep him on a shelf, put him on the stand, just in case. But he's pretty solid. I mean, I try to knock him over a little bit, but no, he stands pretty good. Kind of reminds me of, Disney Store or Thinkway Toys. He's pretty solid in that way. The shoulder pads can be adjusted. They're kind of loose on him, but that's good, so you can have good articulation. So you can just get it just right how you want it to look. Now let's look at the wings. Unfortunately, his wing buttons do not work. Looks like they have a mechanism there with metal. I don't think these are real screws. They look fake, but I can't seem to take it off, so I'm going to have to look at the manual or figure that out later. But for now, you just have to pull out the wings like this manually. And if you pull them out too far, you're going to get a weird gap right there. So you got to be careful when you do that for posing. So it looks good. Do it about there so it hides that little gap. And then you pull it out from here, and that's it. That's how you get Buzz's wings out. And wow, I gotta say, I wish Thinkway Toys gave us straight wings. I mean, Cloud Pattern did have straight wings like this, but they were too short. They weren't as long like this. And in the movie, Buzz does look like he has big wings like this. And I like this a lot. I think it's cool. You can adjust it manually. And unfortunately, no real light bulbs that blink. So it looks like he has a light bulb in the wingtip right there. It's crazy. So maybe if we can get a little light inside there, maybe we can get it to light up. But at least they got the green and the red on there. Wow, partners, this looks so good. This is probably my favorite Buzz Lightyear. And it's weird to say that because Collection Buzz Lightyear Thinkway Toys Cloud Pattern is my favorite. But this just looks so good. The wings are not fully translucent, but they are enough where you can see my fingers behind it. It's just hard to tell on camera. So it is slightly translucent, which is like the movie. So that is incredible. Very impressive wingspan, as you can see here. And I think it's going to be really cool if you want to display Buzz with flight mode on that stand. You know, just adjust him and it'll look so cool. It really, really looks amazing. I love this. It looks like Toy Story came to life in my hands, and I'm never going to get rid of this Buzz. It's too nice and too expensive. So that's my only downfall, critique of this toy. Hopefully the prices do come down in the future if they make more, because it's a little bit too expensive. But everything on him looks movie accurate. To me, it looks like a lot of improvements have been made to make Buzz more accurate over the years because of this toy. And maybe in the future we'll get something even more accurate because there's no working electronics or lights on this one. But maybe we can modify it. Don't know yet. For now, I'm going to enjoy Buzz as is because, wow, this is super amazing. And here is a size comparison with my brand new Medicom Buzz Lightyear and a Toy Story Collection Utility Belt Buzz and my modified Signature Collection Buzz Lightyear. You can see they're pretty much the same size and scale. When I was looking at the measurements, he barely not even dips down by not even like a few millimeters. It's not that big a difference. His head actually is proportionate. Everything looks proportionate. The only thing is I feel like his chest is a little smaller than these guys, but at least he scales with the movie accurate size Buzzes here. Let's take a moment to appreciate the wingspan that Medicom has done on Buzz Lightyear. It is incredible. We could see that it's not that long here, and in the movie it's a lot longer like this. So it definitely looks miles improvement. This also is not translucent at all. It's very just solid, but there is some translucent aspects of this one, and it's just, wow, what a huge difference we got. If only Thinkway Toys did that for us, we'd have a more phenomenal Buzz right here. But I do appreciate seeing those differences between what Medicom did here and what we got from Thinkway Toys. It just looks, wow, what a huge improvement. And here you can see from the front angle of what the wings expansion looks like. It just looks like dwarf wings now here on Collection. Doesn't look as good as what Medicom just knocked it out of the park with that wingspan. That's what makes it worth it to me to have this Buzz in my collection now, because if you want to do a flight mode position or his wings expanded, that is just incredible. Most like the movie I've ever seen. And here we have the Collection Buzz utility belt out of his, oh! So here on this side, you can see how the arms are lowered to Buzz's body. Very nice. And on Thinkway Toys, this is as low as the arms go. So that is a huge improvement there. And it's really cool to see that they're basically the same size, but the chest cavity is definitely different. So you can see here on Collection, it's a little wider here, but the height is basically the same. You can see it's not much difference in height, basically the same height, but this is a lot skinnier. So it's like Buzz Lightyear lost weight, major lost weight. But even the face, the head, it's not too big difference in size. The back looks pretty similar if you look at the colors and things like that. I feel like Medicom kind of copied Thinkway Toys with the coloring of Buzz, and just overall very, very, very similar. Even the sticker decals, everything seems to be kind of the same, which I'm actually surprised by. But this is where you can tell, okay, that's Medicom, because Medicom's just skinnier as a torso overall. Buzz looks very massive over here. And it's probably because he's an electronic toy, so they needed more room in his body. But I don't know. I just feel like Buzz did lose weight here for Medicom, but he also probably doesn't have anything in his body because he doesn't have electronics like this Buzz does and all those features that make him a toy. So let me know what you think between Thinkway Toys and Medicom Buzz. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. For fun, here's my movie accurate with Preston Head, Buzz Lightyear. You can see they actually don't look that different. This is a Signature Collection body that was originally modified. This is what I'm talking about. The movie accurate green just isn't here on Medicom. I wish it was more like the color here, which is like more of a mint green, because in Toy Story that's what Buzz really was. But at least they got the arms right. The shoulder pads are a nice option here, and you do have more you know, flexibility with posing. Here we have a little more limited with Thinkway toys. And here's the other Ranger Customs head for fun, so you can see the difference for my custom versus Medicom Buzz Lightyear. And here we have some Woodies next to the new Medicom Buzz Lightyear. You have 2009 Cloud Pattern Thinkway toys right here, collection line, Medicom Woody from Gen 3, and my custom movie accurate Woody here, also using a rare Brazilian collection body from Thinkway toys. Looks really awesome. You can see that they do scale well with Medicom Buzz. He's movie accurate scale in my opinion. I think it looks good, it works. Even if you had a white logo or signature collection Woody, it would work with any Woody, I think, in your collection, Disney store. This does scale up and measure up to that. He doesn't seem too small. He seems just right for the scale, and I think it looks awesome next to these Woodies. It looks really, really cool, and I'm just enjoying having Medicom Buzz join the ranks here with the rest of my Toy Story collection. And something I really like to see about the stand is seeing it side by side with the Woody stand we got from Medicom. Basically identical stands, except this one has kind of a glossy finish. This is a matte finish. The only differences I see, everything else material-wise with the holder and the metal seem the same, but it's cool to see that side by side for the collection. All right, partners, please subscribe to Cinema Toy Box. Go check out his review on Medicom Buzz Lightyear. We did a double feature today. We both decided to drop our reviews of Medicom Buzz together, so please support his channel, support his video. Don't forget to give him a sub because he's amazing and a great friend of mine, and we're going to be having some more video collabs in the future. So I hope you enjoyed today's Medicom Buzz Lightyear review, Ultimate Buzz Lightyear. He's definitely ultimate to me, and I think he's incredible. Is he worth $650 including shipping and tax? It's hard to say, but because I'm such a huge Buzz Lightyear fan, I will pay it. Do I think it's worth it? I think it's worth more $300 range, not $600, because it doesn't have the working, talking, electronic, or karate chop features. Like I said, I hope we get to mod this in the future. Stay tuned to my channel for more, as I will do more comparisons in the future. As always, partners, thank you so much for watching, liking, and commenting on these videos. It really helps support what I do here on YouTube. If you'd like to continue to support me in this journey, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're alerted for future videos on this channel, and I'll see you, partners, on the next video review.
You weren't the real Buzz Lightyear. You're an action figure.
You are a sad, strange little man. You are a sad, strange little man. That might be.
You are a child's plaything. Hey, Ham, look, I'm Picasso.
I don't get it.